Hi guys, my name is Meads. This is going to be a review for the SH Figuarts Pikachu. And we've seen figures of the Pokemon they started out with the D arts. We got Mewtwo, Venusaur, Charizard, and Blastoise. Then I think they started switching to figure arts. I can't remember if Lucario was the first one, then there's also Blaziken. And now we have Pikachu. And I guess the D arts line was just dying. It wasn't as popular as Figuarts are, along with their Dragon Ball. Maybe they just went with a more popular name. That's why, well, for most figures, Figuarts is the name. Anyways, well, it's nice that they're coming back with Pokemon, but I actually seen some reviews of Pikachu already. It is not good. So we'll see that here. So here's the lineup, and as you can see, Pikachu is quite tall. Compared to the other ones, it's almost as tall as Venusaur. Obviously, it's not into scale. But if you're going to buy a Pikachu figure that small, probably up to here, yeah, it's not going to be appealing. And this is actually quite expensive. You're looking at around 40 bucks since it's the Figure Arts line. Yeah, so we'll see if it's worth it picking this up. But definitely, he or she looks cute. Still a mystery what Pikachu's gender is, but I'll go with he. Alright, so inside, let's do a bit of unboxing here. We got an orange square for the backing. I like orange, so this is nice. We got some instructions here. Seems like we have two faceplate that we can swap out and a pair of hands. Huh. And gonna show you a bit of articulation there. Something. Alright. Take out this figure. I think that's pretty much it inside. And we have this. And this is not quite appealing since you only get two faceplate and a pair of hand. There's no accessories, there's no lighting effect, although they did release a lighting effect part separate, which will be cool for this. But it wouldn't be too bad if they've added some kind of gimmick. Just, you know, for the cheeks here that you can swap out. That would have been a great gimmick. But, well, we'll see. Alright, so we got Pikachu here. He looks definitely cute. Alright, so I'm just gonna go over what I did in terms of modification. I did modify the articulation, which helps Pikachu a lot, and which what I've seen it's lacking from other reviewers who've done this figure already. So the first one I've noticed is the neck. So the neck probably can go tilt like this. It's little. But now with my modification, I can go all the way to the back here, which will help when you have the hands here in front, like so. And you got the foot here, and you got little Pikachu running in front, doing all fours. So that helps a lot with that. But I guess, I mean, even with this, you can just kind of tilt the head there, and then it still kind of works for what you want to do. If you don't have that modification. But definitely that extra head tilt helps. Now the next thing I've done is this can only go halfway, and there's a reason for that. But what I did is I can go all the way to the front here now. I've modified it. So basically the reason why it only goes halfway here is because of this cover. Now you can see a gap. I mean, they could have extended that and gives you that full articulation, because with this you can have Pikachu, you know, putting something in his mouth, you know, a lot closer. Otherwise you can probably go up to here. So it may not make much difference to other people, but you know, it's something. And then there's something going on in the middle here. Now that's the reason why I cannot get this as close as possible, but I get a little bit more, and I could have his hands touching each other a little bit more closely. Otherwise, it's probably to this point here, as opposed to being able to really touch each other. Again, little minute differences or distances on articulation, but for some it makes a difference. Alright, so what I have done. So first off, we're gonna remove this head here, which this is normal. You can remove this and you can just basically score around with your fingernails, because there is other faces which we'll cover in a bit. So here we go. You got this neck joint here. Now you cannot remove this thinking that that's just kind of like a nail's head or a screw head. No, it's actually, there's another tab inside hidden. If you unscrew this, you'll see it, and that's fixed there. What's moving here is there is a ball joint on the center of the body or somewhere in the core there, and the problem is the casing only lets you move this way, but if you carve a little bit more and score this around, you know, just using a hobby knife, clear that out, you can move this all the way back and almost reaching that brown patch right there. So that's one of the modifications I've done. The other thing is inside. Now I find this a little difficult to do. Basically there is another piece of plastic sticking here, which is probably better if I remove this. Yeah. So inside here you get this. There's 5 pegs connecting this. I had to drill out the top part, which I can see, and work my way to just popping this whole thing off. I actually end up damaging this bottom part here, which is not too bad, but there's also a lip here which prevents people from trying to pry it out, and it's just really difficult. This thing is just held in place. It took me a while, almost gave up. But I was persistent. So here we go. This is what's inside. You can unscrew this, remove this block, and that way you can reach the backside of that that casing or the housing for that peg. Now on this side here, it's kind of interesting that there is this box here which holds this leg joint. It's pegged in this way. So if you're curious what's inside, there it is. Now the top part here for the shoulder. So this is just free floating. There is that there, and this middle piece right there, as you can see, that's actually, there's a piece of plastic sticking out, and this prevents this shoulder from going to or further in, as you can see there. And that's the reason behind that, is you don't want to see the gap. It stops right there, but otherwise you can move back to that point right there. And this pretty much hits the back side of this here. Yeah, I kind of wish they went with a longer, maybe there's another way to get this elongated, or maybe trim this down, and that way you can move this further forward. Yeah, it's actually, I'm not too sure what's the best way, or maybe put the same joint here. Who knows if that will make it even better or worse. But it's actually kind of a little difficult. And you got this pegs, this thing here. It's actually not too bad because you don't really see much of the joints, which they're probably are trying to avoid. But this is really limited to what you can do here. And basically when you put them together, it's not all the way, and one of them has to go on top of the other if I want to push this all the way. So I kind of wish I can do something like this, but it's not letting me because of how the inside is. So anyways, I'm gonna put this back. I just want to demonstrate how I did that modification, and maybe you don't have to really crack this whole thing inside here, which I wouldn't recommend at all. Do it at your own risk. But you can probably drill, if you can clean up from this angle here, and maybe same thing on this one. But the thing is, you might end up damaging that joint. But it seems it is accessible. Might need to have some tools which allows you to do this, but it does need a little bit of a cleanup. Yeah, I don't know. And same thing with this. You kind of see there is the joint here. You can freely move this because there is a gap. Problem with this one, this is connected on that straight peg, then you have a little bit of a head on the bottom here, and that's all encased, so you cannot really extend this. It'll be nice if the ears are extendable. You get a little extra push up, that way you can move this, you get more ear action there. That's not the case. And I forgot to put the torso here. Yeah, there's this torso here. And I think that just gives it a little bit of weight and support. Yeah. Anyways, that's that. I'm gonna swap it out with a different face here. Get this one. So Pikachu has the happy one. You get just a smiling one, and you got the one that's energetic or angry. And maybe I'll display my Pikachu like this. Yeah, that extra articulation makes a little difference, but it makes me happy. Yeah, another thing, oh, I forgot to mention, but you've probably seen it, the tail is screwed in. There's no way to pop this out from the outside. Then you got that movement there, you get that hinge, and I think that's pretty much it, other than there's also twisting right there. The tail is not bad. I've seen worse. And actually comparing it with Lucario has just that bowl joint there, which actually works out, but it doesn't give you that extra articulation to have the tail all the way to the side. Might be significant to have that, but articulation wise not bad, but it looks kind of odd having that tail or that joint there. Anyways, so yeah, with this modified articulated Pikachu, there we go, can have him running. And another thing which they've added, which is kind of useless, is this open hand. And just comparing this with this, yeah, it's so minute in terms of the details. And you pop the whole thing off, put that on, which is great. That's actually quite nice, easy to do. But yeah, actually someone will probably tell me, well, you don't really need to have that extra articulation there because you can put it in the middle and you can just tilt the head. Yeah. I guess the only merit of having that extra articulation is you can have the hands as close as possible, like that, or even this pose. I'm not sure if you can even do that regularly, but yeah, there you go. Anyways, that's pretty much the review for Pikachu. To be honest, this is a great figure if it was priced a bit less. This seems like a $25 figure, not the $40 that it's priced at. That's a little too much for what we're getting. I mean, they're probably just going for how popular Pikachu is. It is nice, but probably if it's on clearance, yes, pick it up. But I don't expect much out of it. And I'm kind of hoping Figma does something, maybe an Android Pikachu. I'm not sure if they made one already, but that would be cool. If they made something in terms of Kirby's magnetic mechanism, have this thing magnetized so you can just move the arms around without having that joint problem there, even the head and even the foot here. Well, maybe not the foot, but you kind of see where I'm going here. A magnetized Pikachu will probably be a really awesome figure in terms of the Dendroid, but we'll see. Anyways, I'm just rambling here. a bit frustrated on this figure. But yeah, that's Pikachu for you. Yes, I mean, if I can go on more about what's wrong with this figure is, that's pretty much what you get, as I've demonstrated. You got the faces here, you got the hands, right? And if you compare it to Lucario, Lucario has this clear Pokeball base. It'd be cool if Pikachu has that. Yeah, it'll be hard to, place where you can put this, but, maybe just on the... Oops, almost broke that. Or some kind of placement, or maybe like a separate peg connection. But, yeah, if I want to see a flying Pikachu or a jumping Pikachu, definitely it'd be great to have a stand or something. But we don't have that. We didn't even get that, or even just a peg connection here, and even have like something to cover it up. And they've done that in the past. But for Lucario, you have this thing. And obviously, Lucario has a waist. And can I get this thing on? But even Venusaur has a base, I believe so. And he even have an effect part. Yeah, anyways, that's pretty much it for the review for Figuarts Pikachu. It's hard for me to recommend it unless you're willing to spend 40 bucks for an okay figure. I mean, actually, to be honest with you, from afar, it's a nice Pikachu. And we've been getting static figures of Pikachu. I don't think there was a really good articulated one. And Pikachu is one of those that's kind of really hard to articulate without affecting the aesthetic look. Yeah. Anyways, that's about it. If you have any questions, let me know. But that's about it for this review. Hope you guys like it. So until then, this is Meads. Thanks for watching.